What's up, people? We're going to do a ball fade this morning, and we want to give you an opportunity to see exactly how the process starts. We're going to use just a regular walls reflections clipper to put in our baseline. This clip is completely closed, and we're not going to put the original line or the permanent line in with the outliner, because the line will be in too deep and it'd be hard for us to remove. So we're going to put this baseline, initial baseline, in with our closed walls reflection. And you put the line in too deep with a outliner, what happens is it's hard to remove the line at the end of the cut, so we don't want to put a line in too deep. Now we're going to come back with our outliner blade on our walls rapid fire. We're going to go almost up to the line and then pull out. You want to clean this area real good. Almost up to the line. When you get to the line, you want to pull up. You don't want to put a permanent line that's hard for you to remove at the end. So now we have our base. This is our base. This is our base, and this is the head that needs to be blended. This is our line of demarcation. This is the line that has to be removed, has to be blended in. If that line is not blended in, that line will look like a cap. So that line must be blended in. The next thing we want to do is to make sure the area that we're going to try to remove and try to blend out is true. When I say true, that means that this area is all the same length. That none of this area is higher than the other. So we want to make sure that this all is at this point a 1.5, 1.5. And that's what we want to make sure of. So before we go any further in trying to blend, we're going to attempt to make sure this area is true. Okay, 1.5 against the grain. And you can use this on your Andis or your Oscar or whatever you have as a detachable blade or a detachable clipper. And I'm going to go up on the whole area, making sure that this is all 1.5. Okay, so I'm just slowly rubbing that area, combing back down on it. And he has some lights and darks in a certain area, but for the most part, we know that this is all 1.5. Okay, so that's our 1.5. This is our line of demarcation. This is our skin. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and get our 1. So we're going to get our 1 blade. And I like to do that 1 blade or that open blade with our reflections, or if you want to use your walls, your wall seniors, or your Andis Master, whatever you're using. You're going to go up about a 1/2 inch in a flicking motion. And this is your sub baseline, and this right here begins the task of removing your line of demarcation. And so I'm going on an upward flicking motion because I don't want to go up and then stop and then come out. If I do that, then I'm going to leave a line that's going to be hard for me to remove. So I'm going to go up and flick out. I want to make sure all that is the same length. Okay, up and flick out all the way around. For this particular situation, I'm just doing one side so you can see it. Okay, so now we have our skin, we have our open Andis or open walls or open Oscar, whatever you're using, and then we have a 1.5, okay, or half inch. Okay, and that all this area is now the same because we went over it real good. So next thing we want to do on our reflections, we want to go to the halfway point. Halfway. This is closed. This is halfway. That's wide open. So we want to go halfway in. Okay, and now we want to work this middle line right here. This bottom line. You know, we don't want to go right to the next section. We just want to go to that middle line or that middle section of your clipper, and we want to go up halfway in the outward flicking motion all the way around. Halfway, we're trying to remove that bottom line. And as you can see, the line is almost erased. Don't want to go too high. So okay, so now we want to comb down on that again. Okay, and so we still have our open, wide open right here going to here. See, it goes right there, pull out. Then we have our halfway. That cleans up all that right there. Okay. Now we're going to close it up completely. Close it up completely, and we're just going to work that bottom line. Just the bottom part of that line. That's all we want to work. We want to go up high. We want to remove that whole line of demarcation. Okay? We want to cut back down on that, comb back down on that, and then put this ear down and work that whole line again wide open. Make sure that this is all the same. Anything that's different, you adjust your clippers to work the lights and darks out. With that bottom line again. And then if you still see some darkness or some lights, take your outliner and just flick the bottom of that line. The bottom, just flick. And that will erase any line demarcation from your lower clipper. Okay, so we had we'll come back again, just close, just work that bottom line, and that completely eradicates that bottom line. So now we only have one line left. We have this line right here, that's our 1.5. So we want to go ahead now and get our rapid fire, and we're going to put our 1A, and we're going to rub this line right here out with our 1A. Just on the line. Rub that whole line all the way across with our 1A. You don't want to go too high. Just want to go where the 1.5 and the 1 met. Comb down on that. And just rub that line. Now, you know, it might not be an exact 1 on a wall that it is on the Andis, but for the most part, it's almost there. Okay, so now we still have a little bit of lines that we come off demarcation there. We want to go ahead and get our walls 1/16. Put it on our senior. We're gonna open it wide. And we're just gonna rub this area. We want to get rid of any lines of demarcation, any darks and shadows, and want to have a smooth blend. Close a little bit. You still see lines. Use the corner. All the way across. Anywhere where you have darkness, just go ahead and rub that area out. Okay, this is what you should have once you finish doing those steps. For the most part, this is what it should be. And if you have any more lights and darks, you can work on that as you see fit. But the main thing you want to do is to make sure that you get a nice smooth blend throughout that whole fade area. Okay? And if you need to adjust your clippers, just adjust them. On some areas you might have to just use the corner for dark areas, but you can do that, and it'll come to you. The more you cut, you'll see lights and darks, and you can work on it. Okay. All right.